Hey, Julipie Gaming, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. We have our first streamer in the house, Julipie Gaming on Facebook. Thanks for the share. Follow din po natin yung mga Beshiewap. Maraming salamat po. Evening din sa'yo, Julipie. Let's go. Prep ko lang stream natin. Malapit na namang mag-work. Ayan. Ayos lang yan. Siyempre para sa kinabukasan yan. Ayan. Again, thank you Julipie Gaming. Don't forget to follow mga Beshiewap pa. On Facebook po yan. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay po kayong lahat hanggang gusto ninyo. Wait, let me just set up the stream. Good evening, Mr. Pogi Padaan. Thank you, Mommy Babes. Salamat po sa pagdaan. Mabuhay po kayo hanggang gusto ninyo. Thank you. Ba't ganun yung clip hindi nag-work? Anyway. Yan, let me just set up the stream. And then we'll fly tonight. We're gonna open the stream for our flight Monday. Okay, so while we are prepping the stream, I would just like to remind everyone that on Facebook, we are cross-posted on the pages of Darmoning JC Gaming, Servin, and Team LKV. So please check out their pages as well and follow them on Facebook Gaming. Thank you very much. And then, speaking of Facebook, of course, we'll have a poll. And the question is related to the destination. Technically, it's related to the destination. So let me just set up the poll on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, you can participate in this poll. And then later at the end of the stream, we will reveal the answer with the most number of votes. Okay, let me just activate it real quick. There. Okay, cool. Did I miss anything? So again, if you are on Facebook, you can participate in our poll, and the poll question is, what is the capital of the Philippines? Yeah, so two choices. Is it Manila or is it Tainila? So again, if you are on Facebook, go ahead and cast your votes. Later at the end of the stream, we will reveal the answer with the most number of votes. Sir Andre, what's up? Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Gandang gabi. Okay. Let me just share my stream real quick, and then let's open our Flight Monday stream for tonight. Okay, give me a minute. I'll just share this real quick. While we are sharing this, listen to some ads.
Welcome to BORGGAMING channel. Borg's multi-streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Please support Borg by following him on Facebook and Twitch, and by subscribing to his YouTube channel. Kindly like and share the stream as well. Borg is also an Epic Games partner. Support him on Epic Games by using his creator that when purchasing anything on Epic Games. Thank you very much.
Okay, one moment. One more thing to do is to share my stream on Vatville. There, done with the share. Okay. Let's go. Let's open our stream and let's play Microsoft Flight Simulator. Kamusta ang work? Actually, wala akong work today. Naka-leave tayo. Meron tayong inasikaso. Kaya dapat I was supposed to stream at around 5 PM but we went somewhere. So actually we just got home at around 10 PM. So that's the reason why I'm streaming late right now. It's already 11 PM here in the Philippines. So anyway, let's open the stream. Welcome to Borg's Gaming channel, and this is our Flight Monday stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are actually multi-streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So please support me by following me on Facebook and Twitch, and by subscribing to my YouTube channel. And please like and share the stream as well. I'm also an Epic Games partner. You can also support me on Epic Games using my creator tag Borg Gaming whenever you purchase a game or DLC on Epic Games. So again, that's Borg Gaming. That's my creator tag. It's spelled as BORG Gaming. Just one word. Please use that to support me as an Epic Games partner. Jora Sprinter, what's up? Thanks for the like. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Ayan, we have another streamer in the house, Jora Sprinter, on Facebook and Twitch. Go ahead and follow Joras to support him as well. Thank you again, Joras, and have a good one. Okay, so I think we're good. Did I miss anything? Wala na, no? Okay. Cool. So I think we can already start our flight. So what's our flight for tonight? We are actually flying from, if you can see up there in our overlay, we're flying from RPVM to RPLL. So that's Mactan to Manila, so within the Philippines. So we're flying from Mactan, which is in the province of Cebu, and we are flying to Manila. There. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start our flight. So let's go inside the cockpit. Happy streaming, my friend. Thank you, Joras. Good morning, good evening over there. Thank you. Good morning to you, actually. Good evening here. So have a good one. Stay safe if you're going out for work. Okay, let me just get my checklist ready. Of course, we need our checklist for this flight. Aye, let's go. So let's prep our aircraft. So let's turn on our EFB. So this is our flight plan for tonight, and we are actually using VATSIM. So if you want to fly with me, go ahead and go online on VATSIM. I'm actually in Mactan right now. And this is going to be our flight plan. So we are flying from RPVM to RPLL. So that's Mactan Cebu International Airport to Ninoy Aquino International Airport. Via runway 04, via Moloch for Papa, Moloch for Papa departure, Moloch Whiskey 11, Conde, and then Conde 5 Romeo arrival. We are arriving at runway 06 in Manila. Cruising altitude is flight level 340. So that's our EFB. That's already turned on. Let's now pref. Let's now prep our aircraft. So dome lights on. Battery 1 and 2 on. Okay. So since that's already on, let's now call our ground power unit. So the ground power unit now is getting attached. Okay, ground power unit is attached. Let's now call on the fuel truck. And while we're waiting for the fuel truck, let's continue with the cockpit preparation. So external power is on. Anong gate ka? Charlie 13 left, Sir Friends. Ayan, speaking of Batfill. Ayan, Sir Friends, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. So we have another streamer in the house, Poison Plant naman on Facebook. Please also support him by following him on Facebook Gaming. Sir Friends, you're online, di ba? You're the delivery sa Manila. I'm in Mactan, currently in Mactan right now. So I'll be flying to Manila. Okay, so external power is on. So let's align the ADIRS 132. Crew oxygen supply on. Strobe lights auto. Seatbelt signs on. No smoking sign auto. Emergency exit signs armed. Annunciator lights test. Okay, all lit. All are working. Let's put that back to bright. And then APU fire test. Check. Engine 1 fire test. Check. Engine 2 fire test. Okay, check. Okay, let's now do our flight controls. Let me just check if my flight controllers are currently working. Okay. We're good. Brake. Cool. Flaps. Yep. Working. Speed brake. There. Ground spoilers. Armed. Disarmed. Engines. Okay. Cool. Throttle. Climb. Flex. Toga. Then neutral. And then we have reverse. Cool. And engine. Cool. Okay, everything is working. We're good. Okay, so ground power unit is on. Let's now call on the jet bridge. So I think I'm the only one here in Mactan right now. I checked VATSIM earlier. Lonely person in Mactan. Okay, jet bridge is already connected. Let's now call on the baggage truck and of course the catering truck. Okay, everything is connected. We also have our fuel connected already, so let's now begin refueling. We need the 4.7 tons of fuel, so let's start that. Okay, and let's minimize it. We're gonna go back to that in a bit. And now let's we can begin the boarding process. So we're gonna do the a real-time boarding process. Total number of passengers, actually we're full house tonight, 174. So let's begin boarding. And we'll go back to that in a bit as well. So while we are boarding our passengers, let's continue setting up our cockpit. Okay, so that's the overhead sub panel brightness. And then floodlight, PFD 50%, and then brightness of our ND navigational display. Okay, 50%. 50%, everything, let's set it to 50%. We're doing a day flight right now, so 50% brightness should be enough. There. Okay, cool. Next, let's do this. %, and then this one. And then since we don't have an online ATC right now, we can use the default squawk code, which is 2200. That's squawk mode Charlie on. Okay, so we're good here. I'm just gonna do a self radio check. Let me tune this into 121.5. Okay, and then let's do a quick radio check. Radio check 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, I can hear myself loud and clear. 5/5. Okay, so let's tune it back on to Unicom. So that's 122.8. And let's do our checklist. So cockpit preparation checklist: battery masters 1 and 2 on, external power on, strobe lights auto, adhere sa line 132, APU and engine fire tests check, instruments and displays brightness set, seatbelt sign on, no smoking sign auto, emergency exit signs armed, annunciator lights test. So we don't have any online ATC right now here in Mactan, so we're gonna skip the ATC IFR clearance, but what we're gonna do instead is to review our flight plan. So one moment, let me just share with you Navigraph as well, so I can show you the flight plan. Okay, so again, we are flying from Mactan to Manila. I filed our flight plan via simbrief.com, and I was given this flight plan. So we are taking off from runway 04 in Mactan, and we will be using the Moloch 4. We will be flying the Moloch 4 Papa departure, direct Moloch via Whiskey 11, direct Sagra via Whiskey 11. Actually, It's just this. So Moloch, Whiskey 11, and then Conde, Direct Conde, then Conde 5 Romeo Star, and we will be landing at runway 06. As per VATSIM, oops, there's a change in the wind. But as per VATSIM, I'm gonna show that to you later on. The 80s for RPLL still shows runway 06. Expect RNP approach runway 06 for our arrival. So that's what we're gonna do in a bit. So there's actually a change of wind right now. Let's go ahead and check if there are any changes on the 80s for RPLL. Let's see. Ooh, we don't have any. We don't have ATCs online also in RPLL, but that's fine. So we are here right now, Philippine 27. So I think the ATCs in RPLL already went offline. So that's okay. Let's just use runway 06 for now. Let me check VATFIL. You can also check VATFIL website for that. Okay, let's go back to Navigraph. I'll check VATFIL in the background and see if they have what's the suggested runway right now on RPLL. So vatfil.com is the website for VATSIM Philippines or Philippines VACC. As per this one, there's a change actually. As per the METAR-TAF, Manila, we have 220 heading to winds at 220 at 2 knots. QNH 1012, and suggested runways are runways 24 and 13. So that means we're gonna use runway 24. Hey, Sir Kero, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the stream. Safe flight, sir. Thank you, thank you. Again, we have another streamer in the house, Keratin, on Facebook. Please also check out his page and follow him. Okay, so now it says here suggested runway is runway 24. So we have to change our flight plan to runway 24. We're gonna use runway 24. Okay. So let's select runway 24. Oops, my bad. This one. So we're gonna change this to runway 24. Let's add that to our route. There. So, but still, we're gonna use Conde. Conde 5 Romeo as our star. So, for the approach, let's see. Hey, how come I'm being given runway 06? Oh, wait. Shouldn't be Conde anymore. Not Conde 5 Romeo. So, if we are actually to land at runway 24, we should be using Conde 3 Papa instead. So let's add that to our route. Okay. So Conde 3 Papa. We can actually use Conde 5 Papa, but I don't think there are a lot of traffic right now in Manila at this point in time. So we can do Conde 5 Papa instead. So runway 24, there was a change in wind direction. So instead of using runway 06, we will now be landing at runway 24. Busy ako sa Hogwarts kaya di pa lalipad. Oo nga, kakalabas lang yan, no, Captain Kero. Ang kalabas lang ng Hogwarts eh. Actually, I've seen a lot of streamers playing that game right now. That's fine. You will always go back naman to flying. Kahit anong mangyari, babalik ka rin naman dito. Enjoy lang muna tayo sa ibang game, of course. Okay, Conde 3 Papa, and then let's select our approach. So, our nav approach, runway 24. I was actually hoping for an ILS approach, but that's fine, because I haven't landed using an ILS approach for quite some time now, but it's okay. So the suggested is our nav approach, runway 24 via Natay. So let's add that to our route. There. So, Abesa and then Atay, and then Lima Lima 24 Delta to Lima Lima 24 Bravo. Then we will land at runway 24 at RPLL. So, we actually have to check the suggested runway from time to time because it might change. If that will change mid-flight, then we also have to adjust our landing configuration. So, we'll check that later once we're already about to begin our descent. Okay, so for now I think we're good. This is our flight plan. Let's just review this. So let's go to Mactan. So this is Mactan Airport. We are taking off from runway 04. So from Charlie 13 left, we will be pushing back to Foxtrot, facing Bravo, and then we're gonna taxi to runway 04 via Foxtrot, Bravo, and then Kilo will hold short of runway 04. Then after that, we're gonna take off from runway 04 via the Moloch for Papa departure. So transition altitude is 11,000 feet. So Moloch for Papa, and then for the SID, so Moloch for Papa, climb on course 047, heading 047 at 2,500, turn left, direct to Sebio, and then to Aquilo to Moloch. So at 2,500 feet, you're gonna turn left to Sebio, to Aquilo, and then to Moloch. There are no altitude restrictions here, so we can do our initial climb to flight level 150. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna cruise until Conde, and then for our star, that's gonna be Conde 3 Papa. So our transition level here is flight level 130, and then for Conde 3 Papa, so from Conde at or above flight level 160. So at Conde we should be at or above flight level 160, and then to Boris at or above 9,000 feet, to Abesa to Natay at or above 5,000 feet at Abesa. And then after Abesa, we're gonna track Natay, and then Natay, what's Natay here? To Natay at or above, to Natay at or above 5,000. So that's Natay pala. Natay at or above 5,000. Maximum of 210 knots. By Abesa, maximum of 230 knots. And then Conde, maximum of 250 knots. We have to take that into consideration as well. We're gonna key it in later in our MCDU. Okay, and then for our approach, so once we reach Natay, we will be commencing our RNP approach, runway 24, RNAV approach. So from Natay, we should be at or above 5,000 feet. We will be descending to at or above 3,500 feet by Lima Lima 24 Delta. And then mandatory of 2,100 with a maximum of 180 knots by Lima Lima 24 Bravo. And then we will begin our final approach with a 3-degree glide path angle. Okay, so we have to key it in later in our MCDU. And then once we land at runway 24, we are expecting to vacate via Romeo 4. So Romeo 4, and then we should be taxiing to Terminal 2 because we are using Philippine Airlines right now. So from Romeo 4, we are expecting to turn right at Charlie, and then Golf 5, and then we can use stand 32 if it's available. Okay, so that's our flight plan for tonight. Let's go on and let's go back inside the cockpit so we can already set up our MCDU. Hey, Mod Rebecca, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Mabuhay ka hanggang gusto mo. Okay, so let's now set up our MCDU. I think our GPS is already aligned, correct? There, thanks Mod Rebecca for the share. O ikaw matulog na, may pasok ka pa mamaya. Bukas pala, bukas. Okay, AOC menu, init press, and then init data request. Okay, we're good there. Let's go to init request. Okay, uplink insert in progress. Okay, let's check IRS init. Okay, we're good. Cost index is 5. Cruising altitude is flight level 340. Let's clear that out. Okay, so for the wind temp, let me request for this first. Okay, so we're done with the init page. Let's go to the flight plan. Let's now set up our flight plan. So from RPVM, we are departing from runway 04 via the Moloch 4 Papa departure. Moloch 4 Papa, this one. Then let's insert that. Okay, so we're gonna review that in a bit. Okay, and then RPLL, we are arriving at runway 24. So we are taking the Arnav 24 approach via the Conde 3 Papa arrival. This one. Transition to Natay or Vias Natay. There. So insert. Okay, so now let's review our MCDU. So I'm gonna cross check that from our flight plan or from our charts. Where is my MCDU there? Okay, so as per our charts, so Moloch 4 Papa at 2,500 feet, we're gonna turn left to Sebio. So Sebio, Aquilo, Moloch, and then there's a flight plan discontinuity, but that's okay. We will remove that later if there are no ATCs online. And then we are gonna track Sagra. So we're gonna go direct to Sagra after Moloch. And then there are no altitude limitations here or restrictions, so that's fine. And then after Moloch, we will be tracking Sagra and then Conde. At Conde, we should be at or above flight level 160. So as per our charts earlier. So Conde at or above flight level 160, maximum of 250 knots. So we have to actually key that in here. So 250 at or above flight level 160. Okay, boarding is already completed. It's okay. We're gonna check that later. Okay, so that's keyed in. So we're good with Conde. And then as per the chart, after Conde to Boris at or above 9,000 feet, it's already indicated here. To Abesa, to Natay. Clear, 5/5. Sino yun? We'll check that later. Who's that? Who that? Cebu 418. Si Sir Friends pala yun. Sir Friends, ikaw pala yun, ha? Ayan. Okay, let's go. Where are we? Boris at or above 9,000 feet to Abesa. And then to Natay at or above 5,000 feet. So Conde and then Boris to Abesa. Abesa, we should be at maximum 230 knots. And then Natay 210 knots at or above 5,000 feet. So that's already keyed in. And then for the approach, over Natay, we'll be commencing in our approach. We should be descending to at or above 3,500 feet by Lima Lima 24 Delta. And then at Lima Lima 24 Bravo, we should be at mandatory 2,100 feet, maximum of 180 knots. And then that's it. Final approach to runway 24. So we're good with our flight plan. What we're gonna do right now is to review that here. Okay. So let's check. 250, turn left to Sebio, to Aquilo, and then to Moloch. And then there's a flight plan discontinuity. We're gonna delete that later. And then we're gonna go direct to Sagra. Then Conde. So Conde at or above flight level 160, maximum of 250 knots. And then Boris at or above 9,000 feet to Abesa, maximum of 230 knots. And then Natay at or above 5,000 feet, maximum of 210 knots. And then we will be commencing our Arnav 24 approach. Lima Lima 24 Delta at or above 3,500. And then Lima Lima 24 Bravo at or above, mandatory 2,100 feet, maximum of 180 knots. So our flight plan is good. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Sorry, there's actually a lot of chat. Sorry. Anthony Borgs, thanks for the share. Welcome. Bakit hindi ka na po nakapag-live kanina po? Umalis kasi kami. Moderator ka. Hey, Gaming Soul 2000 is also in the house. Thank you, Gaming Soul 2000, for tuning in on Twitch. There, we have actually another streamer in the house. So let me go ahead and give you a shout out. There. Please also follow Gaming Soul 2000 on Twitch. Sorry, there are a lot of messages in the chat. Let me check. Because I was configuring the MCDU. Bukas strobe lights mo, boards. Oh, nakabukas. Actually, bug yan, Sir Friends. Kasi on my end, sarado siya. Pero for some reason, yung yung pag nire-render siya sa VATSIM nakabukas, which is weird. Na ano yun, nakita rin nila ano yan eh, nila Sir Andre last time sa nila Sir Kurt. Uy, RPVM tower is online. Si Doc online. Ayan, online si Doc. Sige. Let's tune into tower. Okay. So tower is 118.1. Okay. Let's check the 80s first. 80s. Information Alpha, time 1500 Zulu. Arrivals expect RNAV runway 04 approach. Runway 04 in use. Winds 360 at 5 knots. Variable between 330 and 030. Visibility more than 10 kilometers. Few clouds at 2,000 feet. Broken clouds at 10,000 feet. Temperature is 25, dew point 23, QNH 1010. No TAMs. Ensure expander is on mode Charlie before push and start. Avoid radio checks. Pre-departure clearance available. Device controller on. Initial contact. You have information Alpha. Advise you have information Alpha. So, let's contact tower. Doc John is online. Let's go. Okay, let's set that to standby for now. And let's tune in to tower frequency.
Request IFR clearance to Manila. Flight level 340.
Okay, so that's her friends, I think. Hey, Bahamut Lord is also in the house. What's up?
418, cleared Manila, Molok for Papa, departure runway 04, flight level 340, squawk 4112.
Cleared Manila, Molok for Papa, departure
Also give a shout out to Bahamut Lord. Thank you, Bahamut Lord, for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Correction 4112, Cebu 418.
Cebu 418 with back correct QNH 1010, report ready for pushing start.
Okay, let's go.
Ready for push and start for Cebu 418.
Cebu 418.
06 and 13 active sa Manila, FYI. Naka 24 ngayon, Sir Andre. Check vatfil.com. Kanina 06 pero it changed actually because of the wind.
Cebu 418.
24 ngayon sa Manila.
Start approved fishing box, report ready the taxi.
Push and start approved facing south, Cebu 418.
Okay. Let's request for air clearance. Manila Tower, correction, Mactan Tower. Good evening, Philippine 27. Manila, sorry naman.
Philippine 27, detail kakanto sa inyo, mali tawag mo sa akin. Short.
Sorry about that. Mactan Tower, Philippine 27 requesting IFR to Manila. We have information Alpha at Bay Charlie 13 left, flight level 340, runway 04.
Philippine 27 cleared Manila, flight level 340, Molok 4 Papa, departure runway 04, Whiskey 11 Conde, flight land route, squawk 4123.
Cleared to Manila, flight level 340 via the Molok 4 Papa departure, runway 04, Whiskey 11 Conde, flight land route, squawk 4123, Philippine 27.
Philippine 27 with Baccarat QNH 1010, report ready for pushing start.
We'll report when ready for push and start, Philippine 27. Good evening, Doc. Sorry naman, nagkamali pa ako natawag. Nasanay sa Manila, Doc. pagka alam ko kasi, pagka tower ka kasi usually nasa Manila. Okay, sorry, let's go back to the comment section. Tresa transition? Really? Yung sa'yo? Bakit? Ba't 13? Pero Conde 3 Papa yung gamit mo or Conde 5 Papa? Hello, Bahamut Lord. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Gaming Soul 2000. What's up? Borg the Legend. Oh, you're the legendary Fall Guys player of Indonesia. What's up? Bahamut Lord. Sky Medic, thank you also for tuning in. So actually, Sky Medic is another streamer who also multi-streams on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So please check him out as well. He's actually controlling Mactan Tower right now. He went online. Thank you, Doc, for that. Actually, he's on shift. I know you're on 48 hour, not shift. What's the term again for that, Doc? Sorry, nakalimutan ko na naman. Ayan, naka 48 hours straight yan si Doc right now. Okay, what else? Dumaan lang po, kuya. I'm going to sleep na po. Thank you, Mother Rebecca. Ipanalo niyo mga salukula kahit po. Yan. Demon said, why are you sad, Vance? By the way, I'll start streaming Valo on Twitch. Ayan. Ay, nasa operating room. Ikaw na, Doc. Ikaw na. Di ba? Si Doc controlling while in the operating room. Pero siyempre wala ka naman siguro ang operasyon ngayon. Okay, so ready na tayo. Thank you again, Doc, for going online. So, we're good with our MCDU that has been set up already. Sorry, flight plan pa lang pala. So, we're good with the flight plan. Let's go to secondary flight plan. RadNav, check. And then, init. Oh, sorry, my bad. Fuel pred. Okay, so for the fuel pred, we have 34.9. And then for our block fuel, that's 4.8. 4.8 there. Okay, so let me just check the charts. 34.9. We're gonna go ahead and check our trim. So 34.9, that's roughly around 3.5. 1.1. So we have down 1.1.
Mactan Tower,
Cool.
request taxi, runway 04.
Let's go to
Cebu
perf.
418.
Let's compete for our performance.
Foxtrot, Bravo, hold short, Juliet.
Yeah.
Taxi Foxtrot,
Okay.
Bravo, hold short.
We're good
Juliet,
with flaps
Cebu 418.
1, flex. We have flex to temp, so that's cool. So flaps 1 and then trim is down 1.1. Our flex to temp is 56. And then V1 is 146, VR is 147. And then V2 is 152. So I'm using A32NX performance calculator to compute for these values. So I guess we're good with our perf page. Let's go back to our checklist. Okay, so we're good with our MCDU setup, diff strip. Everything is configured. Let's go to the predictive winds here. Let's turn that to auto.
Stations information, Bravo. Runway 04 departure to take off via taxiway, Juliet.
Okay, taxiway Juliet. Okay. So that means we cannot use the full length of the runway. Okay. Let's check that. Taxiway Juliet. We have short runway for this. Okay, taxiway Juliet. Yeah, I think we're gonna use Toga for this. Thanks for that, Doc. Okay, let's recompute our perf page. Runway length. So we cannot use the full length of the runway. Let's see. How many feet or meters is that? I'd say minus 500, 600. Because I'm using this. Let's see. I'm using actually my ball pen to compute for this. There. So that's gonna be minus 5, 6, 7, 8. 800 meters. So we're gonna chop off 800 meters from our usable length. No, that's 800 from the startup point. 3310,
Cebu 418, continue
3310.
taxi, Bravo,
So that's 790.
Juliet, hold short, runway
790.
04, advice ready for departure.
Okay, so that's 33
Continue taxi, Bravo, Juliet,
3,300
hold short,
minus
runway 04.
790. That's
Cebu
gonna
418.
be 2510. Can only use 2,510 meters. So let's calculate that again.
Tower, Cebu 418, apologies.
Yep, that's gonna be Toga.
Tax, disregard, sorry.
Cebu 418 also advise if you are able to take Juliet intersection departure or you will take the whole
Okay.
runway.
So we're gonna go with
I will check
140
later
here.
on, Tower. I'll check the
So
scenery if
we
it's
have
close.
to clear 5-6.
Roger.
We will be we have to take off using Toga. So let's
Philippine 27
after
Tower.
Philippine 27 go ahead tower.
Philippine 27, you can still take the whole length of the runway. Expect Juliet's intersection entry.
Roger that. Tower Philippine 27. Okay. So magano pa rin tayo, backtrack na lang. Copy doc.
Tower, confirm Cebu 418. We'll take Juliet taxiway for intersection departure.
Alright, Cebu 418, Juliet hold short runway 04, advice ready.
Sige, we can use na naman. We can use intersection
Juliet,
departure
hold short
naman. So
04,
1 for 1. Kasi as per the A32NX performance calculator, we can still take off. Toga na we're gonna use Toga lang and then what do you call this? Reduce the speed. So V1 is 140, VR 141, and then V2 is 147. Ayan. Okay, so we're gonna advise tower later that we can take intersection departure.
Cebu
Okay, cool.
418, Juliet intersection runway 04, wind runway
Predictive
04,
wind shear
clear for takeoff.
is on, cockpit door is locked,
Intersection
and
departure,
then
Juliet.
cockpit
runway
preparation
04,
checklist
takeoff,
is
Cebu 418.
complete. Let's go to FCU FIS setup, barometric reference. So let's set this to 1010. Okay. Let's now disconnect the, sorry, my bad. So for the FCU altitude, let's we're actually given, we can actually use flight level 150 initially. And then for the speed and heading dash tires alignment check, EFIS arc 10 miles there. Flight directors both on, and then let's now disconnect the ground services. Okay, so let's disconnect the fuel. Fuel is already complete. And then let's also disconnect the jet bridge. Okay, so FCU FIS setup checklist complete. Moving on to startup preparation. So APU master on, APU starter on. Ayaw maniwala friends, check DC. Teka, doc. Yung DC ko pala, yung Discord ko pala naka-off. Dito lang sa phone.
Tower Cebu 418, airborne 500 feet.
Cebu 418, Unicom 122 detonate, good tag.
122.8. Thank you, Doc.
Oo
Good
nga
night.
na. Oo nga, doc na. Ayun, nasa operating room nga si doc. Grabe. Mahirap talagang matalo ni friends to si doc. Kahit nasa operating room, online sa tao. Okay. So let's just wait for the APU to be available. There, APU is available. Crew oxygen supply is on. Fuel pumps on. Air conditioning is on. Navigation lights on. APU bleed on. External power off. Hey Pedro Alves, what's up? Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Bora Toma Uma. Sorry, what does that mean? Startup preparation checklist complete. Moving on to startup checklist. Beacon light on. And let's now disconnect the ground power unit. We're now ready for pushback. There. Okay, so let's contact tower and advise that we're ready for push and start. Mactan Tower, Philippine 27, ready for push and start.
Philippine 27, pushing start approved, facing Bravo, report ready to taxi.
Push and start approved, facing Bravo, will report when ready to taxi, Philippine 27. Okay, and then later we're gonna advise Doc that we're good with Juliet intersection departure. Okay, so let's now pre-plan our pushback. So we are pushing back facing Bravo. Can we use this? There. And then here. We can't. There. At least. Cool.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
Now by now. Sorry, Pedro. I don't know that language. Do you speak English? Echo Navarro, paano po naging katulad nyo na magandang tao? Grabe naman sa magandang tao eh. I'll ask my parents. Patol on. Thank you, Echo, for dropping by. Welcome to the stream. And Pedro as well from YouTube. Welcome to the stream. So we're actually pushing back already.
Sir, the bypass pin is
Hey, Wahib Kamar, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. What is my PC spec?
the parking brakes are set.
Here actually, I'll put it
Parking
in
brakes
the
lifting the aircraft.
there in the chat.
We are cleared for start and push. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Okay, parking brake
brakes are
released.
released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence. It will start in the sequence.
Okay.
Philippine 27,
Okay.
set squawk 4123.
Ay, apologies, tower. Oo nga. 4123. 8. 4123. Squawking 4123, Philippine 27. Oo nga, sorry, Doc. Nasanay kasi ko na pag walang tower naka-set na siya kanina. Sorry, my bad. Thank you. Okay, let's start the engines. Ignition start. Starting engine number 2. Bora toma uma. Vamo toma uma cerveza. Sorry, I really don't know what are you talking about, Pedro. If you can speak in English, I actually understand English. What FPS you are getting? Actually, I have my VSync turned on. I set it to 30 FPS. So I'm using VSync just to make sure that it doesn't mess the experience because I'm streaming at the same time. So normally if it's turned off, sometimes it messes up with stream settings as well. So I just limit that to 30 FPS. I don't need 60 FPS anyway, so it's not actually an FPS game. So 30 FPS for me should be okay. Let's have one. What one, Pedro? What do you mean by let's have one? Cerveza? Okay, engine number 2 is available. Starting engine number 1. Okay lang, sir friends. Walang problema. O pagka naka-stream talaga, matagal. Matagal lumipad. Kasi nagbabasa pa ako ng chat. Yan. Nakalimutan ko mag-squawk. Sorry naman, Doc. Mag-squawk. What is your MSFS 2020 graphics setting? Later. I'll show you later after once I actually fly. Once I'm airborne. I'll show that to you because we have an tower online right now on VATSIM, so we have to make sure that we fly as soon as possible. Wag naman, Doc. Papaikot. Wag naman. Mag-aalas 12 na, Doc. May pasok pa ako mamaya. I want a pinga, a good kachaka. Let's have one. Pinga. What's pinga? So are you talking about cerveza? Okay. Engine number 1 available. So engine mode back to normal. Let's go back to the checklist. So you can now turn off our APU bleed. And then APU master off. Okay, startup checklist complete. Moving on to before taxi. Transponder is set. Probe windows heat. Auto. Spoilers. Armed. Flaps. Take off. Anti-ice not required. Auto brake. Max. Nose light. Taxi. Runway turn off lights on. Dome lights. Turn it off. And then weather radar is on. Okay, let's check our flight controls. Elevator up, down, neutral, rudder right, left, neutral, aileron left, full, right, full, then neutral. And then let's set our trim. That should be down 1.1. Okay. Okay, we're good. Let's now request for our taxi clearance. Mactan Tower, Philippine 27, ready to taxi, able for Juliet intersection departure.
Philippine 27, taxi Foxtrot, Bravo, Juliet, full short 04.
Taxi Foxtrot, Bravo, Juliet, hold short 04, Philippine 27. Bilisan mo at baka maabutan pa ako ng arrival. Ay, sige, sige. Ito na, Doc. Okay, let's go. Taxi, park brake off. Then let's now taxi to runway 04. Okay, so Bravo. So this is Foxtrot. Then we're gonna turn right to Bravo. Let's open our Navigraph. So we'll have an idea of where should we turn. Hey, why am I importing my flight? Okay, so we're gonna turn right to Bravo. Okay, left clear, right clear. We're gonna hold short of runway 04 on Juliet. Toga approach. Ah, look at the scenery, oh. Nice. Pinga in a Brazilian beer with more alcohol that makes people dizzy. Ooh, I think I'd love that. I'd love that, Pedro. Yan, may kasama na dyan sa VM. Okay, so this is... Ang galing, galing doc, oh. Nung ano. Updated yung scenery. May mga lupa-lupa. Astig. Okay. So we're gonna turn right on Juliet. And then we'll hold short of runway 04. May nag-online na ba, Doc, sa ano? May ibang nag-online sa... okay. Akala ko may ibang nag-online sa... na controller. So this is Taxiway Hotel, right? Okay, so we're gonna turn left on the next taxiway. We're gonna take the next left. There's an ongoing construction right now in Mactan Airport. Okay, so we're gonna turn left here. Okay. Let's hold short of Juliet. Okay. So let's turn on our
Philippine
TCAS.
27, advice ready for departure.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Ready for departure, Philippine 27.
Philippine 27, Moloch 4 Papa departure, wind com runway 04 clear for takeoff.
Moloch for Papa departure, runway 04 cleared for takeoff, Philippine 27. Okay, we're cleared for takeoff. Okay, ECAM. Ay mag-takeoff test. Okay, later. So, landing, lights, takeoff lights, and let's go. Check our checklist. Nose light, landing lights, TCAS, TARA, transponder on before takeoff checklist complete. So we're now entering the runway. Okay, so we're gonna use Toga for this. Okay, let's brake for now. Okay, brake. Chrono on. Thrust 50%. Okay, stable. Okay, release brake. Toga. Okay, V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Mactan Tower, Philippine 27 airborne.
Philippine 27, Unicom 122.8, enjoy your flight.
Unicom 122.8, Philippine 27. Thank you, Doc. Good night. Okay, cool. Okay, flaps 0. Okay, autopilot on. Thrust. Climb. Then, oops, my bad. Runway turn off lights off.
Tower closing,
Nose lights off.
Unicom 122.8.
So let's move on to Unicom. Mactan traffic advisory, Philippine 27, passing 2,900 feet, climbing to flight level 150 initially via the Moloch for Papa departure. Mactan traffic. Okay, ground spoilers disarmed. Cool. Okay, let's do our checklist. After takeoff checklist, gear up, flaps 0, spoilers disarmed, thrust climb, autopilot on, nose light and runway lights are off after takeoff checklist complete. Doc, again, thank you for going online. Thanks for the ATC services. Thank you, Doc. Evening. RPLL traffic, Philippine 1812, 49 miles off inbound La Ia. Descend now to flight level 160 from flight level 340 Manila. Okay. Just an advisory. Okay, so I think we're good for now. Let's go outside. There's actually a lot of there's a broken clouds at 10,000 feet. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Sorry. Aime you Pintijo, good flight. Thank you, Pedro. And thanks again for tuning in. And thank you again to Doc from Sky Medic on YouTube, Sky Medic PH on Facebook and Twitch for the ATC services. Thanks for going online, Doc, even though you're currently at work right now. Thank you. So I don't have work today, Doc, eh. So that's why I was able to stream. I was able to fly. Okay, passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights. Let's turn that off. And seatbelt signs off. The next is at flight level 110. Too many clouds. And then let's check the weather later at Manila because the winds might have changed already. Later, the active runway is 06, and then when I checked VATFIL after a couple of minutes, it changed to runway 24 because there was a sudden change of wind direction. So we have to check that out again later. For now, we are expecting RNAV approach runway 24. Okay, QNH, so 1,100, flight level 110. So let's now pull this to standard. Let's do our climb checklist. Barometric reference at transition altitude set standard above 10,000 feet, landing lights off, anti-ice not required, and then seatbelt signs off. Climb checklist complete. Okay, cool. Let's go outside. Ayan, nagsara na mi. Thank you again, Doc. Thanks for the ATC services. And stay safe sa work. Thank you kahit nasa work ka, you went online. Ayan, don't forget mga Beshiewap to follow Sky Medic PH on Facebook and Twitch, and please also subscribe to Sky Medic on YouTube. Thank you in advance. What is the graphic setting? Now, let me go ahead and show you my graphic settings. I can do window capture for this one. Wait. Let me add another window capture here, so I can show you my settings. Add source, add as a new source, and game experience. Okay, add source. Where's game experience? GeForce experience rather there. How come it's not showing? Okay, wait. What's wrong? I can show you game experience. Let me try to tweak it a bit. Should I capture method Windows 10? There. Okay, cool. So this is actually my settings. Hope you can see it right now. So these are my current settings. So I actually don't have it set to high. I'm actually using GeForce experience for this. So I'm using the optimal setting. So as you can see, it's not high settings. It's roughly around medium settings. This one. And I did tweak a few because for the optimal settings, I was advised that the anisotropic filtering should be 2x only. But because I want to have a good detail in terms of what do you call this, near sceneries like the taxiways, the lines, I want to have a good graphic detail for that. I set that to 8x even if the advisable settings is 2x. And another thing is this one, the VSync, it is actually recommended for me to turn it off, but just like what I have mentioned earlier, I really don't need a high FPS setting for Microsoft Flight Simulator since this is not really a high FPS game. So I just set that I set my VSync to on and then set it to 50%, which 50% of my monitor refresh rate. So my monitor refresh rate is 60 hertz. So technically for VSync, I have that under 30 FPS. So those are the things that I changed, but the rest, that's as per the optimal settings by GeForce Experience. So like for example, what are the most common here? For example, DirectX version, I'm using DirectX 11. What else? Texture, I have low. Most of them are on medium and low. Resolution is at 1080p. Terrain level of detail at 75. Terrain shadows 256, etc. What's the other? Technically, it's just medium settings. There. Ambient occlusion is set to low. Buildings to medium. So it's low to medium settings technically. So normally I use these settings if I'm streaming, because if you're streaming, it also, you have to factor in as well the use of your resources for streaming. Okay, so let me go back to our game. There. So hope you were able to get that. Okay. Sorry. We're now at flight level 150. Let's now climb to flight level 340. And we should be clearing the flight plan discontinuity. So we are now directing to Sagra. Okay. Let's climb to flight level 340. Mactan traffic advisory, Philippine 27 over Moloch at flight level 150. Continuing climb flight level 340 direct Sagra, Mactan traffic. There. So we are now climbing to flight level 340. Okay, so let's check our top of descent. Wait, let me check the weather right now. Is it still runway 24 in Manila? I'm checking the active runway. Yep, it's still runway 24, so we are still good with our flight plan. So winds 220 at 02 knots. And as per the vatfeel.com website, suggested runways are 24 and 13. So very good. No online tower right now on VATSIM. Let me show you what the VATSIM looks like right now. So again, we are Philippine 27. This is us right now. We actually just left Mactan. This is Cebu 418, sir friends who left Mactan a while ago, earlier than us. So he's also traveling to Manila. There are no online towers right now or online ATCs right now in Manila. I'm not sure why. This airfill actually used runway 06. Not sure. Or maybe he was not able to check that there was an update. Because for now, runway 24 is in use according to the suggested runway in vatfeel.com. Bukas may lipad ka ba or wala? Wala, Sir Andre. Sa Thursday na ulit. Hey, Yegor Matias. Thanks for tuning in. In real life sabi doon 06. Oh, really? So what should I use? Because right now, if you check, so let me go ahead and show you this one. Where's my Chrome? Chrome. Where's my metar taf? Okay, unfortunately I can't show it. This one I think. No. Yep. Can show it. It's not showing here. How come? Now I don't have SimAware. There. So as per Metartaf, it shows runway 24. At the same time, if you're gonna use the vatfill.com website, so let me just refresh it again. There. So for Manila, so runway 24 is the suggested runway because of the wind. So these suggested runways are only recommendations. If the controller is active, they could be utilizing runways other than those that are listed above. So please double check with the ATs or controller to confirm. So since we don't have any online ATCs right now, I'll go with this one. With what vatfill.com suggests. As per VATSIM. I know in real life it's 06, but I'm just following Philippine VACCS. Okay. Follow Real World Ops. Okay. Copy, Doc. Thank you for that. So, flight radar tayo. Copy. Because I'm using this as my SOP for the, for VATFIL. Okay. If that's the case, since 2 knots pa lang, actually wind variable siya, 1 knot pa talaga. Okay. So, we can still use 06 pala. Thanks for the clarification, Doc. Now I know. So let's go back here. Nakakalito lang talaga minsan pag ang daming pag real life, iba yung real life, iba yung sa sim. Okay, cool. So if that's the case, we're gonna set that up later once we're in our cruising altitude. But for now, let's set up our top of descent. So we will be reminded when it's time to descend. So let's see. Charts 5,000. We can do 5,000. For now, let's use. Okay, let's go back to Navigraph. Yung nasa website is automated pero malakas ang mga pilot sa Pinas. Ayan. Agree dyan, Doc. Actually, ayan na nga, nag-variable na yung natin As per Navigraph, medyo hindi na rin si runway 24. Ba't kasi pabago-bago yung hangin, diba? Okay, sige. So, let's use runway 06. Let's add that back in. And then, because of that, we're going back to our previous arrival, which is Conde. That was Conde 5 Romeo, right? Let me go ahead and check scene brief. Let's go to scenebrief.com. Oh, sorry. I actually still have it here in my flight plan. Yep, it's Conde 5 Romeo. There. So, Conde 5 Romeo. Let's use this. And then for the approach, RNP runway 06 Gondo transition. So let's check. We're gonna set this up again. So Gondo is at or above 5,000. Okay. So let's set our top of descent first. Fix info, Gondo. And then flight level 340, and then our target altitude is 5,000 feet. So that's 91 miles. 901 miles. So Gondo and then 91 nautical miles. Okay, so that's our top of descent. That's actually very near to Conde. Did I actually keyed that in right. Yep, 901 by Gondo. Gondo, 901 miles. And okay, we're good. Let's go. VOR 13, bakit naman VOR 13? Hey, PlayStation fan 1994. Welcome to the stream. What up, fellow Filipino? Mabuhay. Thank you for tuning in. What's up as well to you? Thanks for tuning in. Mabuhay. Mabuhay ka hanggang gusto mo. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, so I think we're still good here. Let's actually select our new arrival. So we are using our nav 06 approach via Conde 5 Romeo arrival. So Vias Gondo. You really have to pay attention to these changes because you have to set that up. You have to make sure that you key in the changes to your MCDU or to your flight plan. So at least we're able to clarify that. Thanks, Sir Andre, and thanks, Doc, for the clarification. Now I know we should always refer to real life operations. Para challenge. Grabe naman, Doc. Pwede bang chill flight lang? Hindi ako naghahanap ng challenge. I just want to do a chill flight. Ayan, anyway. Okay, flight level 340. We are now approaching flight level 307. Okay, let's go back outside. So our weather right now, as per METAR TAF, 80s information. Actually, we don't have the letter, of course. It's just the METAR information. So METAR information, RPLL, 1600 Zulu, winds variable 1 knot. Visibility is more than 10 kilometers. Scattered clouds at 2,500 feet. Temperature is 26. Dew point 21. QNH 1011. Okay. So let me just key it in here so I'll have a reference. So that's 1011. It's not yet updated actually here right now. Usually takes time for FBW, for fly-by-wire, to update their METAR. But as per METAR TAF, QNH is already 1011 and wind is variable at 1 knot. So that's gonna be updated later. We're gonna use the one that's on METAR TAF. Okay, cool. Check my real world ops before 80 miles from top of descent. Usually dyan decision point mo on what? Copy, Doc. Sakto lang din. Ayan. Almost na tayo. And almost cruising altitude na rin tayo. So, sakto lang din. Thanks, Doc. Ayan, marami na naman tayo natututunan. Kaya maganda pagka it's a good thing that other aviation enthusiasts or virtual pilots and controllers are online. You can ask them questions. And they can give you tips, techniques. There's actually a lot of things that you'll learn. Even before I joined VATSIM, to be honest, I've been flying for how many years already? 10 years. I started at 2012 with the FS10. But still, when I joined VATSIM, the VATSIM community, I learned a lot of things that I still don't know during that 10 years of my sim experience. So it's really a good thing that you have other simmers to talk to in terms of flight simming and aviation. You still learn a lot from them every now and then. Okay, cool. So I think we're good with our flight plan. So we are still taking runway 06 as per the real world operations. So Conde 5 Romeo is still good for our arrival. Grabe. 2012, Doc, actually. 2012. Hindi naman 2010, 2012. So 10 years. 10 years. More than 10 years. Going 11. Going 11 this year. Med school pa lang ako nun. Ako nun, doc, elementary pa lang. Elementary pa lang ako nun eh. Grade school pa lang ako, 2010. Magkalabasan ng edad, wag na. Hindi, elementary pa lang ako nun, doc. 2010. Grade school. Ikaw yung matanda na, doc, kasi med school ka na noong 2010. Ako, grade school pa lang. Kala mo, doc. Ayan. Okay, so let's go outside. We still have less than 80 miles before our top of descent. So let's enjoy the view right now. Let's check VATSIM for traffic. Don't have actually any traffic right now. So this is us. We have Cebu 113 also going to RPLL right now from RPVK, Kalibo. This is our friends, someone, Philippine 1812, Iron Visaya. Actually, I always see him flying, at, usually around this hour. Philippine 1812. His call sign is already familiar. So Cebu 418 is actually Sir Friends. Cebu 1113 is Juan Miguel. Okay, we have Philippine 262. No flight plan. Or maybe it's just VATSIM issue. And then we have, ooh, this is the one arriving actually in Mactan. So this is the reason why Doc went offline right away. Doc, kita ko na si Cal. And then Sputnik 12 came from RPLL flying to Davao. So these are the aircraft movements right now in the Philippine FIR. Cool. Okay, so we are expecting well, in terms of traffic spacing, we have actually enough traffic spacing with Cebu 113. So I'm guessing, so of course Sir Friends will be the one to land, followed by Cebu 113, and then I'll be number 3. Cool. Usually at around this time, you'll see fewer traffic in the Philippine FIR, especially if there are no available ATCs already. So around this time, if you want to fly over the Philippines, usual good or the suggested time normally is around 8, right? 8 to 10 p.m. Manila time. So that's 1200 to 1400 Zulu. Usually that's the time frame when most ATCs are online, especially during work days, because of course they have their day jobs as well. Okay, let's go inside. Make sure that that top of descent is still good. Yep, around 40 miles. Okay, so let's do our cruise checklist. Where's my checklist? It closed again. There. Okay, climb checklist. Sorry, my bad. Cruise checklist. So ECAM. No error messages. Weather. So that's already checked. As per METAR TAF, still the same. Variable at 1 knot. So runway 06. Approach is already selected. And then still it's not yet updated here in fly-by-wire. So it usually takes time to update. And let's now go to our MCDU perf page. There, so we already have the notification enter destination data. So for the perf page, as per METAR TAF, QNH is 1011. Temperature is 26. Wind is actually variable at 1 knot. So how do you put variable here? If I'll use this, actually, you can use this, or let's request for that here instead. Metar. Arrival, send. Sorry, not the 80s. Should be the metar. Weather request, metar, RPLL, send. Sent. And then receive messages. So we don't have any 80s information right now. There are no online controllers on RPLL. So let's just check the metar. So let's split this. So we have basis here. Let's collect the paper. And then perf. Let's go back to the approach. So for the mag wind, yeah, it says variable at 1 knot. I can actually use this instead. 220 at 1. Can I just use 1 here? Yeah, format error. Doc, another question. What if it says variable? Of course, we cannot put variable, diba? Can we? Variable at 1? No, we can't. So, if I'm gonna use this one, I can put 220 na lang, no? 220 at 1 knot. And then for the minimums, as per our chart, minimum should be 460. Cool. Okay, by the way, there might have been changes in our, let's see, I just have to cross check this with our flight plan. So still Conde 250 knots, flight level 160, Boris at 9,000, at or above 9,000, YM max 230 knots, at or above 6,000, and then 13, maximum of 210 knots to HB, and then to Gondo at or above 5,000 feet, maximum of 210 knots. And then for our approach, Lima 06 Delta at or above 3,000 feet, and then Lima 06 Echo, mandatory 1,700, maximum 180 knots. We're good. We're still good. Okay, so there's our top of descent. We are actually descending to 5,000 feet. Let's set that up. And let's get ready to descend. Okay, then let's announce that. Manila Traffic Advisory, Philippine 27, inbound Conde, 30 miles at flight level 340. Commencing descent 5,000 feet via the Conde 5 Romeo, the arrival. Manila Traffic. Mali pa yung masasabi ko. Conde 5 Romeo. Cool.
On the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen. As you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain
Okay,
seated
so no
until your
traffic.
flight safety at the gate. Flight
So
attendants,
checking
please
the
prepare for
terrain.
full right.
I will also have this one to check for the terrain. Okay, so for the, we're done with our cruise checklist, MCDU perf page, QNH temperature, winds, transition altitude minimums, and then of course our landing config. Let's compute for that as well. Field data, OFP, and then of course METAR. There, 180 at 1. So let's change that. Should be 180 at 1. Perf 180 at 1. There. So QNH 1011 and then temperature is 26. Runway elevation. Runway elevation is 16 feet. And then runway heading is 061. Okay. Runway slope. Runway slope is 0.48. 0.48. And then runway LDA is it 3560? No, it's not 3560. Let's check the briefing. Airport information continuation. Our LDA is for runway 06. That's 3111. It's 3111. Approach speed is 130. Enter. Then overweight procedure, no. Reverse thrust, yes. Auto land, no. So let's fill that again. Calculate. We're good with low auto brake. Okay, we're about to land. I can see this is Mount Banahaw, right? This is Mount Banahaw, and that's what do you call this? Mount Makiling. Let's check the terrain. Yep, this is Mount Banahaw. So this is Mount Banahaw, and then right here is Mount Makiling. So there's our slight left turn. We are now inbound Boris. We should be at or above 9,000 feet by then. Okay, we're about to land. We're now at flight level 250. Hey, Sir Andre, add mo ako sa Steam. Paano ba mag-add sa Steam? Hindi ko na maalala. Tagal na rin ako hindi nakakapag-add ng friends sa Steam eh. Paano ba? Paano ba mag-add ng friends sa Steam? Kasi the last time that I used that was when adding friends at Fall Guys. But since Fall Guys now is on Epic Games and they have what do you call this? Cross progress, right? Is that the right term? Cross progression or cross platform progression. There, that's the right term. Cross platform progression. So he used Fall Guys, Epic Games name now when adding friends in Fall Guys. So the last time was, I think, when did Fall Guys become free to play? Last year, June last year. So I think that was the last time that I added someone on Steam. Hey, Asian Dimaano, what's up? ILS, no, RNP approach, runway 06. We're using RNP approach. Okay, so let's go ahead and check our scenery right now. So this is Mount Banahaw, and then here on our left is actually Mount Makiling. So look at Mount Banahaw right now. The majestic Mount Banahaw in Quezon. And then we have Mount Makiling over here. Like again, he's like it's like a ferry. Diwata is ferry, right? Is it the direct translation of Diwata? Diwata in Filipino and fairy in or someone who guards the rainforest, right? So this Mount Makiling. And then what's this? What's this mountain over here? Can't remember. Anyway, this is Mount Makiling, Mount Banahaw. And then later we'll also see Taal. So we're gonna see that in a bit. Doon lang sa add friend, tas send ko yung name ko sa BC. Okay, okay, Sir Andre. Excited for the E3? Yes, actually, sir. Same here. Same here. Ah, sorry. Are you a sir or a... Are you a he or a she? Or a they? Please let me know. I really can't see your profile pic right now. And I don't want to assume that you're a guy. Okay, what happened? I heard some... Hope we're still online. The last time that I heard that blip, we went offline eh. Okay, we're still good. Praning na ako eh. Pag nakakarinig ako ng mga blip. Male, okay. So, is it safe to say that your pronoun is he? Tama ba, sir? Yeah. Actually, I'm also excited for the A380. They're planning to release that this year, right? Is it Q3? I can't remember the exact plan. Are they planning to release that in Q3? I'm actually excited for that as well. Conservatively, yes. There. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for clarifying. Because nowadays, it's really important that you ask someone for their pronouns. It's part of course, what you call this? Diversity and inclusion, right? So we also have to be careful. We should not be assuming that because he looks like male, then the pronoun is he, right? They look like female, or they look like female, the pronoun is she. You really have to ask. And actually, it's the best way to know, instead of assuming that they're a he or a she. And right now, of course, we have LGBTQ plus. So we also have another pronoun right now, which is they. So normally they're considered as binary. They're not a he, they're not a she. So they prefer they. So just being politically correct. Nasaan ko sa DC, check mo na lang. Okay, cool. Sir Andre, I'll go ahead and check that out later.
Approximately 16 kilometers from Dagat down to Manila.
Okay. So inbound Dagat. Let's check our flight plan. We don't have Dagat eh, no? Our transition is Gondo actually, or Via. So the reason why I am excited for A380 by fly-by-wire is I want to do a long-haul flight using an Airbus aircraft. Unfortunately, right now, A320 is not capable of long-haul flights, right? So if I want to do a long-haul flight, I need to switch to a Boeing 747. Because I only have Boeing 747 here in Microsoft Flight Simulator that can do long-haul flights. So if they will release Airbus A380, then I can do long-haul flights again. Okay, that's our friends.
Correction. Stand up choice, Terminal Manila.
Okay, let's go back inside. We're almost at flight level 150. Let's get ready. Are we still good with our, let's see. Top of descent, we need to start our descent at about 32 miles. Let's check 32 miles. And then let's check Prague, Gondo. How many miles? 26. I think we need to slow down already. Yep, we won't be able to make it. So let's use our speed brake. Speed brake on. So we can descend faster. Okay, we need to start at descent at 30 miles. Right now, we are 23 miles away from Gondo. So, we need to make sure that we reach that. We should be at or above 5,000 feet by Gondo. Anyway, mag-out na ako. Ingat sa lipad, Kapitan Borge. Mabuhay, good night. Thank you, Sir Andre. I'll go ahead and check out later your Steam ID. Okay, we are now over YM. So maximum of 230 knots and almost passing our flight level or transition level. So we should be changing our QNH to 1011. Let's get ready to change that. So there's our transition level. So changing our QNH to 1011. Okay, let's check. 3 miles. Distance to Gondo is 17 miles, so we still have to retain our speed brake. GG buyers. Thank you, Sir Andre. Sleep well. Okay, we are about to land. So I don't see any traffic right now. Right? Safe to say. Yep. No traffic. We're also good with our terrain. Okay, cool. "13 miles from Gondo." Okay, I think we're good already. Oh, not yet. Not yet. Okay, 10,000, landing lights on, seatbelt signs on. So our checklist. Descent checklist, FCU altitude set and push, seatbelt signs on, anti-ice is off, barometric reference is set, lower than 10,000 feet, landing lights on, descent checklist complete. Next checklist would be our approach checklist. Distance to Gondo is 10 miles. Start your descent at around 11, so we're still good. So after Gondo, we should be descending to 3,000 and then 1,700. So we can actually key it into 17 before we begin our approach. How do you know, sir, when to descend from your cruise altitude? I actually have this calculator here. It actually calculates, you just have to sync it with your altitude, input your target altitude, and it will show you the number of miles away from that waypoint. So right now it says I have to descend at 10 miles, and actually I am around 8 miles from the target waypoint. So I'm just leaving my speed brake on just to be sure. Thanks, Sir Andre. Thanks for the like on Facebook. So you can use this actually, the top of descent calculator. And if you're not using fly-by-wire, I know there are a lot of calculators as well that can offer the same calculation or third-party application that you can use. Okay, so I think we're good with our... Yep. Okay, we can do flaps 1. Speed check. Flaps 1. We are 6 miles from Gondo. Still no traffic. Let's just announce once we are over Gondo, commencing our RNP approach. Okay, we can now turn off our speed brake, I think. Later, let's just retain that on. Okay, let me now key in our final altitude, which is 1,700. There's a constraint anyway, so that will hold by 5,000. Okay, 5,000, speed brake off. And then we're gonna announce that we will be commencing our approach after that, once we are over Gondo. Okay, no visual traffic, same with the radar, so I think we're good. Let's just announce that we are over Gondo and we are commencing our RNP approach runway 06. There. Manila traffic over Gondo, commencing RNP approach runway 06. So I'm on VATSIM right now, so that's why we have to announce it.
Traffic Cebu 113 and nautical mass from the station.
Okay, roger that.
Cebu 113 established final runway 06.
Yan. Manila traffic advisory, Philippine 27 reducing to minimum approach speed for traffic spacing. Okay, so we have to actually activate our approach already because we have traffic in front of us. So let's reduce to our minimum approach speed. Let's turn on our speed brake to expedite our reduction in speed. Okay, let's put this to, let's do a manual here. Let's use 180 for now. Wait, what's our minimum approach speed? 132. Let's do 137. There. Because we have traffic. Okay, flaps 2, speed check. Flaps 2. We don't want to stall, of course. We have traffic in front of us, which is Cebu. Was it Cebu 114? That's Cebu 113 rather, Cebu 113. So we need to make sure that there's enough traffic spacing before we land at runway 06. Manila traffic advisory, Philippine 27, turning final, RNP approach runway 06. There, I can see the traffic in front of us. Arrive. Nice. Nice answer, friends. I'm about to land as well. I just have a traffic in front of me, Cebu 113. But we have enough traffic spacing naman, so not really a problem. Okay, established. RNP approach runway 06. Landing gear down. Auto brake. We can do low. Let me just recompute that again. 0.48. Enter. Field data from METAR. And calculate. Yep. Low is good.
2,500.
Nose light. Take off. Runway turn off lights on. Spoilers. Armed. Our go around altitude is 7,000. We will key that in later. Okay, I think we're good. Laps 3. Speed check. Laps 3.
And Cebu 13 landed runway 06 and already located active runway will be taxiing to Terminal 3. And
Laps 3 and flaps full. Cool. Okay, I think we're good. Cabin check. Advice there. Ecam all green, no blue. Let's do our before landing checklist in a bit. Or we can do it right now actually. Before landing checklist, landing gear down, all green, auto brake set to low, nose light and runway turn off lights on, spoilers armed. Go around altitude, we're gonna set that later. Flaps full.
6358 pushing back. Terminal 3.
Okay, so we are about to reach Lima Lima 06. Let's now turn this back on to manage speed. Our approach speed is 132. That's on track mode. Okay, let's go. Hey, what happened? Let's turn on autopilot. Okay, let's now set this to 3 degrees. And there. Cool. Manila traffic, Philippine 27, 5 miles from base. On final approach to land runway 06. Naglaro ka daw ba Warzone, sabi ni Rogue? Hindi ano, sir friends. Hindi ako nag-aano eh. Nag-FPS masyado. Okay, cool. Let's now set our go around altitude 7,000 feet. We're about to land. How many miles? At 3 miles we should be 1020. Yep.
1,000.
1,000 feet. Let's turn off our light detectors. Off. Manila traffic advisory, Philippine 27 on short final, runway 06. Okay, let's land this thing. Autopilot off. My plane.
Hundred above. 500. Minimum
Continue.
400. $300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Spoilers. Reversers green. Diesel. 70. Idle thrust. Manual brake. Okay. Let's vacate via Romeo 2. Okay. Flaps 0. Spoilers disarmed. Landing lights off. Nose light taxi. AP master switch on. APU start on. Manila traffic advisory, Philippine 27, clear off runway 06, vacated Romeo 2, continuing taxi to Terminal 2 via Romeo 3, Charlie, Golf 5, Lima, stand of choice, Philippine 27. So, okay. Let's turn off our chronometer, constraints off, PCAS, TRA, predictive wind shear off, radar off, weather radar off. So our after landing checklist. Weather radar off, flaps 0, PCAS off, transponder is still set, predictive wind shear is off, nose light to taxi, landing lights off, spoilers retracted, APU master on, APU starter on, anti-ice is off, after landing checklist complete. Center line, ha? Siyempre, pinapractice natin yan, sir friends. Sorry, what is 3 degrees in VSI? Sorry, what's VSI? What do you mean VSI, Asian? Okay, let's use stand 3-2. Left clear, right clear. Let's use stand 3-2. You mean the glide path, Asian? The 3-degree glide path? Oops. We're gonna blind our ground. Wait. Okay. Runway turn off lights off and then runway nose lights off. So we're gonna blind the ground crew. Let's go. Let's check our FPM later. There. Okay, park brake on. Jetway is being connected. Yep. Cool. Let's now call on the ground power unit. Let's do our shutdown checklist. Okay, ground power unit is being connected. There. So let's do our shutdown checklist. Parking brake is set to on, anti-ice is off, dome lights on, probe window heat off, APU bleed on, external power on, engine masters 1 and 2 off, beacon light off, nose light is off, seatbelt signs off, and then fuel pumps off. Ground equipment, let's connect it. So jet bridge is already connected, baggage truck and catering truck. There. Okay, shutdown checklist complete. Let's now begin our deboarding process. So let's unlock the cockpit door. And for the payload, let's do a fast deboarding. So let's begin deboarding. There. And while we're doing that, let's do our securing the aircraft checklist. So adheres 132 off, crew oxygen supply off, external lights off, APU bleed off, and then APU master switch off. And then let's wait for the flaps to close. Okay, let's go outside. Let's go back to the chat. Again, sorry, Asian, what do you mean by what is 3 degrees in VSI? What does VSI mean? Because the only 3 degree that I know is the glide path. If you're talking about the approach that we just did, the RNP06 approach in RPLL. So let me show Navigraph for that. I'm not sure if this is what you mean, but if yes, then this one, the 3 degree glide path from Lima Lima 06 Echo, our final waypoint. So if you're talking about this, then 3 degrees means you have to descend in a 3 degree path angle. So actually that's what I did when I configured here, right? Track FPA, and then I changed this to 3 degrees. Because this is an RNP approach, so RNAV technically. So unlike ILS, because for ILS you just need to click the approach mode, it will intercept the glide path, right, or the glide slope, and then it will descend automatically. It will descend based on the instrument landing system. But for RNP approaches, unfortunately, it's we don't have that luxury, so you have to do it manually. So that means sorry, I think you're checking the Navigraph. This one, sorry. So going back, this is the track FPA mode, and then for the FPA, the flight path angle or flight path angle. So I am flying the 3 degree descent flight path angle. So that's what this means, the 3.0 or 3 degree flight path. So again, for RNP approach, you have to do that because as per the chart, you have to do a 3 degree glide path angle or flight path approach to land on runway 06. So that's what this means. So for ILS, it's really easy. You just need to click on the approach mode and then it will intercept the glide slope, right? But for RNP approaches, you really have to do it manually. There. Anyway, what's happening with my camera? It's flickering, and that's fine. So I'm not sure if you were talking about that. Vertical speed indicator. This one, right? The vertical speed indicator, VSI. Thanks, sir, friends. I'm really not familiar with the terminology, sorry. But yeah, if you're talking about that, that's what 3 degree means. Sir, where can I buy that RPLL airport scenery and how much po? I bought this from CloudSurf marketplace actually. Here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it costs around 700 plus pesos or around 800 pesos. So let me show you the scenery. So this is better actually compared to the default one because it really has a good architecture in terms of the terminal. So right now this is terminal 2. I can show you terminal 3. I can show you actually all terminals. Let me go ahead and give you a tour of RPLL. So again, I bought this from the marketplace here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it's also available what do you call this? It's also available on their website, but of course I want that to be automatically updated with Microsoft, so I bought it from the marketplace instead. So it's actually better because it really depicts the real world scenery of RPLL. So you have the billboards right here, there, and then you have Terminal 1, which actually resembles the real world architecture or scenery of Terminal 1 there. Because when you're using the default scenery, it doesn't have this one eh. Yan o, yung Ninoy Aquino International Airport and then Mabuhay. So you have all those ground equipments as well. So this is Terminal 1, and then of course we have earlier that was Terminal 2. We also have the cargo terminal here between Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. You have the fuel tanks. Someone actually landed. What airline is this? Fly UK. Cool. Okay, so this is Terminal 2. Let's go to Terminal 3. And the good thing with this scenery is it also has the night scenery. So if you're doing a night flight, the lights will be turned on as well. So It's actually really good compared to the default scenery. So this is Terminal 3, and it really looks good at night as well. There. Terminal 3 is the largest, right? The largest terminal amongst all Ninoy Aquino International Airports. Or Ninoy Aquino International Terminals. Airport terminals, rather. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, Terminal 4 is around right here. So this is the parking bay area of Terminal 3. And of course, we have the Gen Ave. And the good thing with the scenery is it has the Hotel 5 departure. Where's that? Right here. Because for the default scenery, you don't have the Hotel 5 departure, which is this one, this taxiway. This is actually Hotel 5. You don't have this during on the generic or default scenery. There. This one, Hotel 5. So if you don't have this, you have to use this taxiway to depart. So this is Terminal 4. There. So it's really nice. And also there's an additional scenery if you want to have a good scenery of Manila. There's an additional scenery that you can buy also from the Microsoft Marketplace. I think it costs around the same, 700 pesos or 800 pesos, the Manila scenery. So you have Mall of Asia, the Makati district, BGC district. They're all updated. So especially during night, you can see the nightlife or the city skylines. It's really nice. So total of 1,600 pesos if you want an accurate scenery of the Manila International Airport and the nearby areas or nearby Manila areas here in Naiya. There. Okay, let's go back to our aircraft. Hope you enjoy the little tour of Manila International Airport. Hey Janine, thanks for the like and share. Asian Dimano rather. Thank you also for the like. Thank you po. You're welcome, Yegor. Good morning, Philippines, and hello world. Hello, Janine. Sana masarap ang ulam nyo. Yes! Nag-Korean buffet kami kayo. Nag-Korean buffet kami. Ayaw talaga patalo kayo dyan. So anyway, there. So that's the tour of the Manila scenery. Sir Friends Allens tuloy. Isa ka lang pala. Sir Friends, thank you. Una na ako, Borg. Thank you also for flying with us. Although hindi tayo masyadong nakapag-usap. Sir Friends actually joined us during our flight. Although he flew early in Mactan. He went ahead of us because I was being talkative again before actually flying. So anyway, but still thank you Sir Friends. Don't forget to follow Poison Plant on Facebook. Also a streamer. He also flies Microsoft Flight Simulator, and he is also an S1 controller on VATSIM for the Philippine FIR. So there, Sir Friends from the VATSIM community, please again check out Poison Plant on Facebook Gaming. Kala mo dyan yun, di pa patalo sa competitive. So anyway, I think let's go back inside. I think our flap is already closed. Let's go to the cockpit view. Yep, APU is already off. The boarding process is complete. So let's continue our checklist. APU master is off, so external power. We can now turn this off and then disconnect the ground power unit. There. Okay, ground power unit is disconnected. Emergency exit signs off. No smoking sign off. And then battery masters 1 and 2 off. Dome light. Let's turn that off as well. And we can now turn off our EFB. Let's turn this off. Okay, there. So securing the aircraft checklist complete. We're done. So let's assume that we have already... What happened to the jetway? It's supposed to be connected. Is this another bug? It's supposed to be connected. Anyway, So for example, let's say we've already deboarded the aircraft as well. Let's now disconnect the jetway. What happened? So it was a bug. It's supposed to be connected eh. So right now, it simulates being disconnected again. Being detached. There. So, cool. Anyway, that's it. That's our flight for tonight. Ang sabi, tumalo na lang daw. Kaya nga, bug siguro yun. Kasi connected yan kanina eh. Actually, pag pumasok tayo sa loob kanina, dapat connected yan. So, ngayon kaka-detach lang niya. Actually, maybe a bug when I switched cameras. So, cool. That was our flight for tonight. Mactan to Manila. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to those who joined our flight for tonight. Appreciate it. Again, thank you to Sir Friends for flying with us even though we're how many miles apart from our flight. And thank you as well to Doc John who went online in Mactan to give us ATC services in Mactan when we departed that airport. So again, that's Doc John, an S2 controller for Manila FIR or Philippine FIR VATFIL or Philippine VACC on VATSIM. You can also check out his channel and pages, SkyMedic PH on Facebook and Twitch, and SkyMedic on YouTube. Please also support our fellow streamer slash VATFIL controller, SkyMedic. Again, thank you. Good night, GTG. Thanks, sir. Thank you again, Igor, Matias. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you're also new to VATSIM, I can also help you with your initial flights. Just paying it forward because when I was starting with VATSIM, a lot of VATSIM community team members are also giving me tips and techniques. Actually, I've learned a lot from Doc as well, so I'm just paying it forward. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And thank you again for tuning in. Welcome again to Borg's Gaming channel. Let me just drink some water. My throat is itchy na. Kakadaldal natin. Ayan, again, thank you everyone. So before we end our stream, again, I would just like to remind everyone that what's really happening with my camera. I think something's wrong with my camera. It's flicking. Oh. Let me try to restart it. Has it been going on? Kanina pa ba yan? Ayan. Yeah, I think it has something to do with the with the camera. Anong tumbler yung gamit mo? Cool. Cool tumbler. Oy, by the way, bago ang lahat. Wait lang. Baby, happy Valentine's Day. Yung wife ko nasa likod. Siyempre, batiin muna natin ang happy Valentine's Day. Dapat siya mauna. Baby. Happy Valentine's. Ayan. So, siyempre, batiin muna natin yung wife natin. Yan, happy Valentine's Day. And happy Valentine's Day to everyone of us. Feb 14 na pala, no? It's 1 a.m. here in the Philippines. So, happy Valentine's Day sa inyo. Janine, happy Valentine's Day din sa'yo. Takeya ba yun? Hindi, siya, cool talaga. Kita ba? Kita ba if ever? Ayan. Teka, medyo, cool. Yan. KOOL. Kilo, Oscar, Lima. Philippine made, actually. Siyempre, we support Philippine made. Gawang Pilipino, diba? Para siyang aqua flask, actually. Insulated din naman siya. So, it does the same function with aqua flask. It holds cold and hot water. Hamla ka dapat may pa-flowers. Wala nang gano'n. Na mahirap na buhay ngayon. Pandemya. Okay na 'yon. Ano ito naman si Janine. Ang aqua flask ba Philippine made? Hindi. Alam ko yun American brand ang aqua flask eh. Tama ba? Let's check. Google natin. Where is Aqua Flask made? Let's see. Aqua Flask. Aqua Flask made. Yep. Our bottles are responsibly made in China and distributed by Aqua Flask in Los Angeles, California. So no, it's not made in the Philippines. It's designed in California, USA. So it's a USA brand. It's a US brand. It's not a local brand. But Aqua Flask is a collaboration of Filipino and American creative designers. Collaboration, but still designed in the US and manufactured in China. Actually, same with this brand. Wait, disclaimer, this is not in any way sponsored by Cool nor Aqua Flask, okay? Pero Aqua Flask at Cool, bekena na. Pero this is also actually made in China. Kalimitan naman talaga ng products natin ngayon made in China, 'di ba? Pero design in the Philippines actually. Yung maker nito is actually a Filipino. So it was designed here, but syempre yung production niya is China. Kasi sa China naman talaga ang murang production, 'di ba? May problem talaga yung ano ko, yung camera, nag-ano talaga siya. Yung ko na nga lang na ganyan. Kailangan talaga ano. I think I have to change the settings nito. Naka-automatic naman siya. I'm not sure why. So anyway, pag naka-background siya nag-ano. So I have to, dapat nasa foreground siya. So anyway. Cool, tingnan ko nga yan. Ang meron kasi ako Takeya. Actually, I'm not familiar with Takeya. Pero malamang Japan yan, no? Mahal yan kung Japan. Akala ko Pinas siya, I see. Oo, US Aqua Flask. Kaya when Aqua Flask initially was introduced or initially was sold here in the Philippines, it costs much eh. Parang around almost 2,000 pesos eh. Parang 1,000 plus. I remember parang mga nasa 1,900 pesos yata siya. Ang mahal. Pero right now they cut the price na. Parang less than 1,000 pesos na siya. So during that time, yun nga yung that's the reason why I also bought this brand, yung Cool. Kasi Philippine made at the same time mura siya compared to Aqua Flask. Pero ngayon parang Aqua Flask is cheaper na compared to Cool eh. I'm seeing prices of Aqua Flask right now para mga nasa 700 or 600 na lang. And yung 700, that's already the 42 ounces. Around 1,000 plus ml. Ito kasi, this is only just 900 ml at 25 ounces eh. I bought this for around 900 pesos yata. Pero that was way back parang 2 years. Was it 2 years ago? Bakit 2021 if I'm not mistaken. During the pandemic yun. That time, Aqua Flask costs at around 1,900 pesos. Ganun pa siya kamahal. Hindi ko naririnig kasi dito ang Aqua Flask kaya, okay. Pero dyan siya alam ko, nag-originate. So yan nga, California, US. Yan. Anyway, ayan ginagamit ko para insulated, para matagal yung gamit. Pero in fairness, 24 hours talaga yung lamig niya. Again, disclaimer, this is not in any way sponsored by Aqua Flask nor Cool. Okay. I'm just giving out my opinion based on my usage, based on my experience. Anyway, so again, that's it mga Beshiewap. Thank you again. Thanks Janine, thanks for dropping by. Happy Valentine's everyone. It's Valentine's Day today nga pala. So, hope you'll have a good Valentine's Day today. Hello sa lahat. Ayan, pagka nag-switch ako ng sa stop na naman yung camera. I'm not sure kung bakit. Maybe I have to check that. Mukhang that has been happening kanina pa, no? Sayang. Pero okay lang naman. So anyway, so that's it. Kita-kits na lang po tayo. We'll go live again on Thursday. Thursday na ulit tayo magkita-kita. I'll be doing another flight flight stream or Microsoft Flight Simulator stream on Thursday. Kita-kits na lang po tayo doon. But of course, before we go, I would like to remind everyone that we are multi-streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So please support me by following me on Facebook and Twitch and by subscribing to my YouTube channel. And please like and share the stream as well. I'm also an Epic Games partner. You can also support me on Epic Games by using my creator tag BORGGAMING. That's BORG Gaming, just one word. Please use that whenever you buy or purchase a game or DLC on Epic Games. So thank you in advance. Mabuhay po kayong lahat hanggang gusto ninyo. Yan. Mukhang yun yung problem. Yung GeForce experience. Ay, hindi. Same din. I spoke too soon. Sige, I have to figure that out. There's really something wrong with my camera. If I put it in the background, this happens. No, nagfi-flicker siya. Pero if I put it on the foreground, it's okay naman. Okay. I'll figure that out. Anyway. Again, so creator tag BORGGAMING, that's spelled as BORG Gaming, just one word. Please use that when you purchase a game or DLC on Epic Games to support me as an Epic Games partner. And of course, before we close our stream, we have a poll on Facebook, and the poll question is related to the destination, which is Manila. So the question is, what is the capital of the Philippines? Yeah, so two choices. Is it Manila? Or is it Tainila? Yan. Salamat Lazada. Bukas pa. Ay, bukas pa pala Valentine's dyan. Hapon pa lang. February 13 pa lang dyan no? Naku, nagpaparamdam na need palitan ba? Wag naman. Maganda pa tong camera natin. I think lang to. There's something wrong with the resources lang or the driver siguro. Baka need lang i-update. Feeling ko. Need i-update lang. Kasi the last time that we streamed Saturday, it was still working fine I'll check siguro on Thursday. Let's see. Baka naman bug lang talaga siya. We'll see. Wag namang paltan. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and check the muna. What is the capital of the Philippines? So votes have been casted and we will now show the result according to our malilinis na Beshiewap. 63% of them voted for Manila. Yeah. Only 38% voted for Tainila. Talaga may bumoto pa rin sa Tainila. Sorry, Mod Rebecca, hindi ka nanalo, unfortunately. So anyway, so now you know the name of the capital of the Philippines is Manila. Yan, with 63% of our Beshiewap voted for that option. So thank you sa mga nag-participate sa poll na yan. We'll have another poll on Thursday during our Flight Thursday stream of still Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'll see you by then. Oh, sorry, Yekor has another question. Sir, last na ha. Paano nyo po natutunan mag-communicate sa VATSIM? Lalo na po yung mga terminologies, clearance, taxi, departure, arrival, etc. Any tips po or kung saan mapag-aralan? Good question, Yegor. Yan, masasagot natin yan kasi I also went through that that beginner training. There's actually a lot of what do you call this? Ano tawag dito? Training materials on vatsim.net. So let me show you. Kunin natin tong vatsim map natin and I'll show you here. You can go to vatsim.net. Of course, you have to join, diba? Join VATSIM, register ka dyan. Once you're done with the registration, there's this pilot training center ba? Or basta yung beginner or knowledge base dito. So, once you're on your dashboard, there is this resources ba? Yeah, resources yata. So, go to resources, tapos resources. And then, yan. We have the getting started na link dito. So, this is the basic training. So katulad nga sabi dito, welcome to VATSIM's documentation. VATSIM is the free-to-use international online flying network. So here you may find documentation pertaining to general VATSIM usage, membership, and technical topics. So for flight training documentation and other information, check the links below. So we have getting started. We also have Pilot Learning Center. Pilot Learning Center naman is more on, ano talaga to? There's a community of pilot learning centers who accept enrollment and then you will be taught by a real life person. Pero if medyo hindi ka pa comfortable dyan, you can just go to getting started na lang muna. And this is where you can find all the basic training materials for VATSIM. Yan. So yung joining VATSIM, familiarizing with the basics. So yan, the Pilot Resource Center has lots of information. So nandito yan sa documents natin. Pilots, ayan, Pilots Basics. So you can read yung materials dito. So they have materials here for IFR flights, yung mga terminology. So, pwede mo makuha yan dito. Yung everything that you need to know before doing your first flight on VATSIM. So, dito ako kumuha ng mga learning ko for like the terminologies, the procedures. But it will be really helpful if you already know the procedure of your aircraft. Kasi yun talaga yun eh. Siyempre, before you connect sa VATSIM, kailangan kasi you really have, hindi naman 100%, pero I'd say, you know how to fly your aircraft really well. Dapat alam mo na yung mga IFR procedures, VFR procedures, how to read charts. Kailangan mo yan eh, yung mga chart, especially kasi pagka, when you're using VATSIM, the tower or the controller will be communicating with you waypoints, 'di ba? Or yung follow charts procedure. So, 'yon. So, kailangan aware ka na sa mga VFR, IFR. For that, meron actually na mga training materials din naman dito sa vatsim.net. Although, I'd suggest you can also check out na lang YouTube. Marami rin kasing mga YouTube materials for VATSIM tutorial. So, for example, if you go to YouTube, tapos, let's say, VATSIM tutorial. Ayan. So, we have VATSIM for beginners, installing vPilot, observing ATC, flight planning and filing on the network, how to practice flying on VATSIM, etc. So, actually, ang dami dito. Ito, really helpful to, yung mga VATSIM top 10 tips for beginners, how to successfully complete your first flights. This one also, marami ka ring matututunan dito kay Aviation Pro on YouTube. So, watch his tutorials on VATSIM. Actually, malawak yung range ng tutorial nito ni Aviation Pro. He's also a real life pilot. Alam ko Norwegian. Not Norwegian. Europe siya eh. Sa Scandinavian, somewhere in or German ba siya? Hindi ko maalala, sorry. Don't get me wrong. Kung ano yung ano niya, basta hindi siya American. Somewhere in Europe siya. So marami rin siyang magandang tutorial on how to use VATSIM. So I'd suggest you watch his tutorial videos as well. So try to read first dito sa vatsim.net under docs yung mga basic tutorials nila. And it's also important that you read the code of conduct. Para siyang it's your terms and conditions of the VATSIM use. I can attest to this. Kailan kasi you're familiar with the code of conduct eh. Like, for example, you can't go online on VATSIM without actually listening to VATSIM. Do you get my point ba? So, kumbaga parang, hindi ka pwedeng mag-connect sa VATSIM na hindi ka nakikipag-communicate with the air traffic controller. So, kasi sometimes, di ba, let's say you're doing a long-haul flight. You can connect to the VATSIM, do a long-haul flight, and then go to sleep. You can't be away from your computer for more than 30 minutes on VATSIM. Kasi, syempre, if a controller needs to give you a specific set of instructions and you're not there, then diba, it defeats the purpose of VATSIM. VATSIM nga, diba, is a virtual air traffic community or network to simulate real world scenario. So, yun. Yung mga ganong rules. So, you have to pay attention to that as well. Read the code of conduct sa VATSIM. Kasi importante yun, especially if you want to stay in the VATSIM network. Yes sir, alam ko na magpalipad. Gusto ko na lang matutunan yung totoong ATC. Natatakot lang ako mag-feedback. Ang bilis kasi. Ayan, actually. Ang tawag ni Aviation Pro dyan sa fear na yan is PPT phobia. o yung push PTT pala. Push to talk phobia. Yan. And it's normal actually for first timer sa VATSIM na magkaroon ng ganong fear kasi 'di ba? Katulad nga yan, minsan ang bilis mag-feedback. I went through the same experience as well. When I was starting in VATSIM, natatakot ako kasi nga nakakaba dahil ang bilis minsan ng salita, hindi ko alam kung tama ba yung readback ko. Pero there's a technique naman, and as you go along, you'll get used to it. Syempre, you need to start somewhere So, don't be afraid. Ayan, sakto si Sir Friends andyan. Huwag ka matatakot sa controller. We are here to help. Exactly. So, Sir Friends is actually an S1 controller. He controls, he gives clearance delivery, he controls clearance delivery and ground sa VATFIL or Philippines VACC. So, if, huwag ka matakot na magkamali kasi eventually you will really commit mistake, and it's normal naman, quite normal naman sa VATSIM. Syempre hindi naman tao lang din naman tayo, even with real world scenario, di ba? Sometimes they also parang hear it differently or heard it incorrectly. So ano naman yan, the controllers are there to help you out. Kung mali yung sinabi mo, they will just mention negative, then we'll give you the correct one, and then you just need to read it back. So reading it back medyo nakakaba kasi nga medyo ang bilis ng pagsasalita, pero that's the reason why you need to have your notes. Teka, baka hindi mo pala nakikita ito. So you need to have your notes. Parang hindi masyadong kita yan hindi masyadong kita nagaana. So may notes talaga dyan. So you really have to take down kasi kung ano yung mga sinasabi nila. Sobrang bilis yan. Kailangan isulat mo. Pero there's format naman kasi whenever, especially for IFR clearances or delivery clearances, there's a format and you just have to be familiar with the format. And andun yan sa vatsim.net, sa docs nandun din yung format yan. Actually, there's a document there, an IFR document wherein you can do your mnemonics, or meron kasing yung craft na tinatawag, CRAFT. I won't go to the details, pero ituturo yan. Even dun sa mga YouTube videos na pinapakita ko right now, yan kay Aviation Pro, merong mga ganyan, mga technique when reading back yung mga clearance ng controller. So, wag kang very cliche yung sinasabi natin wag kang matakot. Pero nakakatakot talaga, nakakaba talaga. Actually, even right now, kahit na medyo matagal na ako sa VATSIM, there's still this, konting nervyos pagka humihingi ako ng IFR clearance kasi baka mamaya mali yung masabi ko. Pero yun nga, sabi nga ni Sir Friends, the controllers are here to help us. They're not here to intimidate us. They're not here to point our mistakes, di ba? Actually, yung virtual air traffic is a mutual relationship between the virtual pilots and the virtual controllers. So, hindi sila nandyan para pahirapan tayo. They're here actually to guide us with our flight. So, huwag ka matakot. Lagi lang po ako naka-observer sa VATSIM. That's actually one good training if you really want to be familiar with the radio terminologies. Mag-observe ka sa VATSIM. Actually, ganyan yung ginawa ko when I first started with VATSIM. Naglalogin ako sa VATSIM. I park somewhere. For example, dito sa Ninoy Aquino International Airport, as long as there's online ATC, syempre. As long as there's an online ATC, you park somewhere here in that kahit anong terminal, and then you tune into the frequency, kung anong frequency yung online delivery, diba, ground or tower, and then you just listen to the terminologies. Familiarize yourselves with the format. Normally naman may format yan, diba, yung cruising altitude, yung departure, rather yung SID, yung kung anong runway ka magte-take off, etc. May format naman yan. So, yun yung gagamitin mo ngayon when you write your clearance, use the format. Like, for example, yung format ko kasi dyan, when they mention the SID, lagay ko lang SID dito. So, parang kanina, when Doc gave me my clearance, he mentioned, diba, I'm cleared to Manila, flight level 340. So, nilagay ko agad flight level dito, and then Moloch 4 Papa departure. So, I wrote here my SID, and then runway 04 daw. So, I note down 04, And then the airways yung sumunod yung sinabi, Whiskey 11, fly plan route, and then squawk for 123. So, you just have to note lang. Actually, hindi mo kailangan i-note lahat ng sinabi niya eh. Kailangan mo lang is at least something to remind you na, okay, flight level to, seed to, runway to, airway to, yung mga ganun. So, para pag nag-read back ka, you have a guide. So now I know na yung first na sinabi niya is flight level 340, Moloch for Papa departure, runway 04, Whiskey 11, fly plan route, squawk for 123. There. So, yun lang, ganun siya. Actually, hindi ko kasi mapakita eh dahil medyo nag-aano eh. Oh, nag-aano siya. Wala eh, sorry. Hindi ko mapakita. Pero anyway, andyan yun. Teka, try ko nga. Wait, original natin. Ayan. Mapakita ka. Nagbe-blur din. Tanggalin pala yung blur. Ayan. There. Ayan mga notes ko. So when Doc John gave me my clearance kanina, sabi niya kasi, you're cleared to Manila, flight level 340. And then ito yung seed ko, Moloch for Papa. So I just put down M there. Tapos runway 04. Tapos Whiskey 11. Fly plan route. So, F lang yung nilagay ko. And then, squawk for 123. That's it. So, para pag ni-read back ko siya, Philippine 27 cleared to Manila, flight level 340, Moloch for Papa departure, runway 04, Whiskey 11, fly plan route, squawk for 123. That's it. Diba? So, hindi mo kailangan mga isulat lahat. Ito rin yung mga iba ko, yung mga clearances ko rin the other night. So, yan. Ay, hindi, iba pala to. Sorry, METAR pala to. Ito, yung RV stands for radar vectors naman. I think this was when, hindi, ano pala to, papuntang Mactan, I think ikaw to, Sir Friends, yung nabigay ng clearance sa akin na to. So, clear to Mactan, radar vectors, IPATA, fly runway heading, H is runway heading, initial, fly 7,000 feet initially, tapos squawk 4401. That's it. O, diba? So, yun lang. Makakatulong lang din yung notes. Pero, again, this is for me. This is my mnemonic, diba? This is my format. Pero, syempre, you can formulate your own kung saan mas mapapadali. Pero, it really helps to take down notes. Ayan, we all been there. PTT phobia, sabi ni Sir Friends. Mabilis kasi, may ibang traffic din waiting, pero as much as possible, we give it clearly naman. And another technique pala dyan, Sir Yegor, if you find it difficult to read back, you can always ask the controller if you can type it down. Pwede nilang i-type yan sa vPilot, especially if you're a beginner. Kung beginner ka, kasi you can put sa remarks di ba? When you file a flight plan, there's a remarks box there. You can put na lang doon, for example, student pilot or beginner. So, when a controller reads your flight plan, they'll be notified na, okay, student pilot ka. So, they'll be more, what do you call this? Understanding. If ever na, para mas madali ka nilang, matutunan. Ayan, PDC available, fast key. Ayan, PDC also is available. So, ayan, Sir Friend. Pero yan, if you're having trouble with reading it back, medyo hindi mo maintindihan. Kasi of course, pwede mong sabihin, say again, di ba? Kung hindi mo maintindihan, you can say again. Para i-repeat nila and they can repeat it for you, for example, na mas mabagal. Or pag talagang hindi mo maintindihan, like for example, you're flying on a different country and medyo may accent and hindi mo maintindihan, then you can always ask them to, sir, can you type it through text naman? And usually they agree. So I remember last week there was a foreigner who flew from Manila. Sino ba yung delivery nun? Si Harley yata, Sir Friends. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Harley? Unfortunately, hindi maintindihan ni foreigner yung clearance. So ni-request niya na lang if via text na lang yung clearance. And okay naman. Tapos yun, read back mo na lang. Better, di ba? DSRFLS, yan yung abbreviation. Ayan, destination, SID, runway, flight plan, level. Ayan, example 350 squawk code. Yan. Meron din kasi yung ko dyan, yung isang natutunan ko dito kay Aviation Pro. Craft naman yung niya, yung ginagamit niya. So, nakalimutan ko na yung ano nung craft eh. Pero ganun yun din yun. Parang same lang diyang ano, same lang din ng BSR FLS. Pero yun nga, sabi ko nga, it depends on the virtual, on you. Kung saan mas mapapadala, saan ka comfortable. So you can formulate your own mnemonics or own format. Pero usually, that's what I do. Kung ano yung binibigay sa akin ay um, meron akong format. So at least pagbigay sa akin, alam ko kung paano ko siya i-read back. So it depends on you kung paano mo siya gagawin. By the way, are you free on Valentine? Hey, Gaming South 2000 didn't get a single. Why? Why, Vance? Thank you, sir. Laking tulong, nakaka-inspire na. Yep, actually, we're doing group flights din minsan. So if you want, ayan si Sir Friends actually just held a group flight was it 2 weeks ago, Sir Friends? Hindi yun last week, no? 2 weeks ago yata yun. So, nag-group flight kami from Thailand to Manila. 8 yata kami, if I'm not mistaken. 8 kami noon or 7. So, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Mababait naman ang mga controller ng Battlefield, don't worry. Ayan, saksing buhay ako dyan, especially si Sir Friends, Battlefield controller yan. Mas maganda mag-practice sa Europe to enhance comm skills. Correct, kasi sa Europe laging may traffic. Oo. Although, if you're starting and medyo kinakabahan ka, I'd suggest go for airports with less traffic. Kasi baka ma-overwhelm ka pag sobrang dami ka. Lalo na kasi pag maraming traffic, ang bibilis talaga magsalita niyan. Pero I agree with Sir Friends. Kung gusto mo talaga ma-enhance yung comm skills mo, Europe talaga. Kasi dun lagi may traffic. Daming traffic talaga. Late ko na natutunan yung craft. Ayan. Pero craft talaga, di ba? Kasi ginagamit sa real world. Pero yun nga, sabi nga natin, it depends on you kung saan ka comfortable. Ako, technically, I'm not using craft eh. I'm using my own format, which is what I'm comfortable with. Ayan. Call sign, route, ayan. Altitude, flight plan, transponder code, not sure. Parang transponder nga yata. Pero tama, call sign, route, altitude, flight plan, transponder. Yan. Actually, the 5 elements, tama naman yan. It's just that dun sa flight plan kasi minsan mas yan eh. Yung route, minsan mahaba pa yan eh. Kaya minsan inaano ko pa. Yung format ko merong, meron pang airway, tapos flight plan route, diba? Next time pag tinoyo, mag-aaya ulit ako. Yeah, build your own kung saan ka comfortable. Correct, yan. Pero yun, hope to see you, Sir Yegor, anytime soon sa VATSIM. By the way, speaking of, baka hindi ka pa member nito, invite natin siya, Sir Friends, sa VATFIL. Let me just open my Discord. Para if you have questions, you can ask the VATFIL community. Lagay ko yung invite link dyan sa comments natin. Invite people. Ayan, sali ka na lang kasi the invite link will expire after 7 days. Indicate ko lang na this is for VATFIL ha, kasi si bot ko pagka nakakakita ng Discord pinopromote niya rin yung personal Discord ko. Ayan, the one with the VATFIL category. Ayan, tinanggal ko na pala. Okay na pala. Natanggal ko na pala yung tiga mo, nagpapasalamat yung bot. Alam mo kung ginawa. Ayan. Yeah, follow lang niya procedure to join. Ayan. So follow ka lang if ever. May procedure dyan on in joining the server, Discord server. So join ka lang dyan. If you have questions, feel free to ask anyone, even the virtual pilots. Meron ding channel dyan, ask the staff. So if you want to ask the VATFIL staff kung ano yung mga question mo. Pero yan, feel free to ask your questions there. And syempre dito rin sa mga stream namin, stream ko, stream ni Sir Friends, and mostly sa stream ni Skymedic. Skymedic si Tower. Actually sa kanya rin ako nakakuha ng mga techniques when I was still starting sa VATSIM. Tulong-tulong lang tayo dito, Sir Yegor. Wag kang matakot. If you have questions, feel free to ask. The more flyers, the better. Diba? Then maybe few days to approve busy yata si Kenzo. Ay, oo nga pala, no. Oo. Pero kaya naman yan. Ano naman yan. Ano lang, just follow the procedure, tapos yung follow the procedure dun sa sa Discord server. Tapos just wait for the approval. You are in the right community. I agree, kay Sir Friends. Correct, correct. Ayan. Cool. So, yan. Meron tayong bagong recruit if ever, Sir Friends. Cool. Anyway, mag-aalas 2 na. Kailangan ko nang matulog. Sorry. At I still have work later at 9 a.m. Pero still, again, maraming salamat. If you have questions, Sir Yegor, feel free to ask. And hope to see you again sa mga susunod na stream natin. I'll be streaming again on Thursday, Microsoft Flight Simulator, so if you want to watch. Salang na natin sa RKPY. Grabe naman, RKPY ka agad. RKPY ka agad. Nagsisimula pa lang sa vaccine. I-domestic flight mo muna, Sir Friends. Yung mga Mactan Manila lang muna. Madadali lang. Grabe ka naman sa RKPY. Thank you. Good night. Thank you, sir. Kita-kits tayo ulit. Ayan. So, that's it. Pahinga na po tayo. Oh, okay na yung camera ko. Okay. So, anyway. So, pahinga na tayo mga Beshiewap. Again, thank you for tuning in. Kita-kits na lang po tayo ulit Thursday. Let's check muna. Baka meron tayong mga pwedeng i-read sa Twitch. Let's see. Sa mga online pa sa Twitch. Chewy94 Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hindi. Wag na si Chewy kasi ilang beses natin siya na-raid eh. Let's try to check find someone streaming Microsoft Flight Simulator pa rin. Again, this is for those who are on Twitch. Tapos mamaya sa Facebook naman. Sa YouTube kasi walang walang raid eh. So wait, Microsoft Flight Simulator ito. Hanap tayo dito. Ito si Blackbox 711. So raid natin to. Again, for those who are on Twitch, if you still have time to join the raid, let's raid Blackbox 711. And then, teka, for those who are on Facebook naman, sino pa ba live sa Facebook? Wala tayong Beshiewap na live sa Facebook. Sige, someone playing Microsoft Flight Simulator na lang. Let's raid. Sino ba? Rotate Simulation. Ayan. Rotate Simulation. Playing Microsoft Flight Simulator then. Again, for Twitch, that's gonna be Blackbox 711. And then for Facebook, Rotate Simulation. So both of them are playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. Kita-kits na po tayo. So again, thank you. Sir Friends, salamat sa pagstay. Sir Friends, dapat matutulog na rin to eh. Pero, siyempre, very helpful controller din kasi to Sir Friends eh. Sir Yegor, thank you again. Si ano rin pala, Asian, di maano, thank you rin sa mga question. If you still have any other questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to join as well. Battlefield Discord server community if you're into VATSIM as well. Yan, pahinga, salamat sa makabuluhang stream. Maraming salamat din, Sir Friends. Thank you. Yes, magre-raid tayo. Raid muna tayo. Correct. Ayan, maraming salamat. Thank you everyone. Kita-kits po tayo on Thursday. Pero syempre, before we go, always remember, play hard but still play safe. And most importantly, play responsibly. So once again, my name is Borg and this is BORGGAMING channel. Now, signing off. Till next time, mga Beshiewap. Matane!